All right. Let's see if this is working, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for coming to a very small show, but growing show. That's the most important thing. And we are getting facts out there. No BS. None of that nonsense here. We're only here to keep you calm and make sure you go ahead and you do the right thing. You know what I mean? Especially with the markets the way they are. It is quite complicated. A lot of people do get confused in this entire market, and I think I had a lot of questions yesterday as well related to this, because people were like, hold on, why is BTC pumping, why is altcoins dumping? And I tried to give you a logical explanation. I said, look guys, this is what's happening because people are seeing how BTC is pumping a little bit. Obviously people are probably jumping ships now. We did kind of do a little bit of a scenario where we said, okay, if BTC does this, and we talked about the BTC dominance, and we drew something and we said, look, if BTC has a little, dominance going up, and it could have a massive dump. So we were expecting something that did not happen, sadly for us. Something else happened. So let's see what happened exactly. Now we do know yesterday we had 78 was the fear and greed. Today as at 70, slightly low, nothing too much, still very high, still very greedy. Let's move over to the markets and see exactly how some of the coins are performing. You can see BNB is pumping very hard. Again, another thing we noticed last week as well, BNB was leading, and again BNB is kind of leading as well. So that's really awesome. Cake, a few other coins also pumping as well. Awesome. Nothing too much to worry about or too much to get excited about, because they are still away from their previous high. One thing to get excited about is the USDT coming down, BUSD coming down. So we know the dollar peg coins are actually coming to the altcoins exactly as we want them to, right? We don't want to see these in green ever. We want to see them in red. We want to see them bloody. We want to see them down 100%. You know what I mean? We want to see all the fiat in the crypto. That's how we know we're going to make the moves in the market, right? So BTC down 55, not bothered. Doesn't make any difference to us. We can see yesterday we had some BTC go down, and then today we can see some BTC re-enter, and we can confirm what's happening right now. Nothing much. BTC is actually still leaving the exchanges. So let's refresh this. Hopefully it works. Yep, you can see BTC Ethereum still leaving the market. So people are actually just hodling this. So let's see what happens anyway. Now we've got the total market cap here, and you know how we have this massive resistance zone here. It's not going to be easy going up to this resistance, you know what I mean? So, we could see massive dumps. Like yesterday, the dump we had a high up here, and then we had a massive dump. It took us all the way down here. We had a 8% dump in the entire market, guys. Entire global total market cap. We had an 8% dump. That's big. So shit like that happen end of the day, so it's not a problem. I wouldn't really bother too much about it, because now there's only one thing to do, is like test this even more. So far it's been the best actually, because if you look here, we had a few tests and then we broke out and then we got rejected. Here we've come back, and now we're doing so many tests, so many times we're actually battling this area, that it's going to be it's a matter of time when we actually break this and we start creating new higher highs on the total market cap. And this is entire market cap, by the way. So now we're going to do one without the BTC. So this is excluding BTC and Ethereum. And what do we see here? We see a gap closing up. We see it's getting ready. It's already actually attempted. So you can see here on the 7th of September, we had the alts actually do a 1 trillion. So it did actually pump close to 1,997,000,000, right? Which is awesome. So it came back down, found support on this trend line, and now it's moving back up, closing the gap. So it's getting ready to do that big pump. And this is what the title is about. Altcoins are literally going to go and pump now. Now, how do we know all of this, and what can we see in all of this stuff, right? So if we just go into, for example, this is the altcoin dominance. So what you're seeing is the altcoin dominance was down a little bit. Now, altcoin dominance, it doesn't look that great, by the way, it has started to pump up a little bit, because remember, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of messed up this chart, because it's trying to calculate every single altcoin out there. And obviously we've got a problem, because every day we've got like 10, 15, 20 new altcoins coming into the market. That causes a bit of an issue. So regardless of that, what you can see here is that the altcoins have been on an upward trend, and they are coming back above. They're trying to get above this trend line. Okay, so I think it's a matter of time. Again, we're going to get there. So this is what the entire altcoin dominance is trying to do. So dominance is trying to take over. So remember, this is dominance. This is not the altcoin market cap. So we are looking at this, and we can see that dominance will come back, and when the dominance does come back, it's going to be awesome to see, right? So holding the line, holding the previous high as a support right now, and been pushing up. So far so good. Again, it's in a particular range. So when we look at this range, we know these range, these are kind of unknown range, but once we break out of this, we know exactly where the market's going to go. So far so good. Also, when we look at the BTC Dominance, you can see how BTC Dominance yesterday started to drop a little bit. Now it's dropped, but it hasn't really done anything drastic yet, because remember yesterday when we spoke about this, we said, look, what we want to see is if even BTC Dominance goes up like this, not a problem, then we want to see it nicely crash. It didn't do that. In fact, yesterday what it did was it went up a little bit, and then it went like this, down like this, right? So we could expect it to come down, which is fine. I'm not really that concerned about what it did. It should have done a bigger move, which would have been even more powerful, by the way. So the bigger the move, the more powerful it is, right? Now, where it is now, we do see that, okay, altcoins might have a nice little 20-30% gain over BTC. Not to worry too much. I wouldn't worry. I'm just going to let it be, because that's what we do. We just let it be, right? So it's a long way to come back to this trend line and then basically hopefully break below this, because we can easily rebound here and move up, right? So if we do this, we might go back up again. So let's see what the next few days plays out for us. Remember, what we want to see for BTC Dominance is that we want to see the dominance regardless what price BTC is. All right, it doesn't affect the price. We just want to see the dominance come to these zones here. This would be the best zone for your altcoins to do 100x. So that's what we're looking at. Maybe there's a possibility now that we can see that the dominance has been dropping slowly, which is good. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Maybe this is a chance where altcoins now lead and then Bitcoin comes in. And I think we've seen that recently as well. Last few weeks, we've seen altcoins lead the market, then they take a break, and then BTC starts bumping. So yeah, not much of a difference, only 1%. If you look at the point, we had 46 yesterday. We're currently sitting at 45. Nothing too major. But other coins are taking over, as you saw. Like for example, we saw the other alts take over. So that was the other alt. They were taking over. So dominance has been growing. You can see a 0.07% here. When we look at Ethereum, we can see a 0.02. A little bit, not too much, but again, Ethereum dominance needs to go up there. But I don't think Ethereum is that relevant, because alts don't really give a damn anymore. I don't think people really give a damn about Ethereum anymore, because one of the things is that what's happened with Ethereum is whoever's interested in Ethereum staking, Ethereum 2.0, whatever, they've done it already. Big boys have already done it. They've already tried to front run everyone. This is one of the reasons why they're actually promoting the narrative of Ethereum doing a flippening, right? Ethereum coming as number one. That's the narrative, because they've already invested in it. But the retail who are coming into the market now, they're choosing everything else, because they think this is too expensive, this is slightly expensive, so let's go for the rest. And that's what they're doing. They're just going through these, right? They're just going down the list and buying whatever they can, or most probably by suggestions and influencers. Also, talking about influencers, there was one influencer yesterday came out and he gave a logical explanation, which is actually very good. I do respect his opinion. And he said his liquid Bitcoin, he's going to sell all of his liquid Bitcoin and he's going to convert it into alts, because he can see Bitcoin doing a 20x from here, which is fine, and he's super bullish on that. However, he can see altcoins doing probably 100x from here. So he's like, look, what would I rather be on, 100x or 20x? Complete valid reason, and I respect that. It's definitely one of my opinions as well. That's why I always say have 50% in BTC and 50% in other stuff, maybe 25% in Ethereum, because they do follow each other a little bit, right? So you can see here they do kind of correlate, not too much, but just a little bit, right? So we can expect that. But anyway, let's go into BTC and see what BTC is doing. So BTC fell below the trend line, which is not nice. However, it is still holding support. So if we look at the daily support, you can see we did say that we can't go below this, because we would be really worried if we go below this. So far, it's holding the daily support, which is awesome. Only thing I can see, it broke the 4-hourly and the hourly support. So it's more like 4-hourly support. It's struggling to get back up again. So it might battle around here a little bit, come down a little bit. Absolutely fine, not to worry at all. This is the moment alts will kind of shine a little bit and try and take some of the market share, because that's what's happening right now. It's all about who owns the bigger portion of the market. Do we have a chance to move? Is the interest coming back to us? And I think right now a lot of interest, because of a lot of influencers, is going to move into the alts and not BTC, which is good. It's not a problem, right? So that's what I'm seeing. So let's see. I mean, we as I said, Ethereum's not doing much because it's already done what it needs to do, and when it does move, it's going to move very rapidly, very fast. It's not going to be announced, it's just going to make its move. Now, talking about announced, let's talk about one particular coin, which is, so this is another one that's not announced. Nothing's happening. It's going to make a move. We don't know when, but it's struggling. As you can see, it broke the trend as well. It broke below the trend. Leave it there. Let it come back, do its thing. But I think when it does, it's just going to pop back and probably even try and do a new all-time high. Now, talking about news, this is a coin that we know last month, Dr. Gavin Wood last month came up and said that they're going to make some announcements on the first week of October. We were expecting this. They didn't make it. So Polkadot did not make its announcement last week. We're currently in the second week. We're coming to the middle of the second week. And what we are expecting is some sort of a news coming out. So whatever reason they have, they're not. Now, I do know they are going to do the parachains launch. That news is going to break out, and when it does, people are going to go insane on this. So I could see a easy 2-3x from here for this, because it's going to make people go nuts. Because you're not only going to basically make money buying this and holding this and locking this and staking this, but when you get involved in the parachains and people who know how to do it, if you get involved in the parachains, you're going to make a lot more money there as well. All right, because you're going to get the free tokens as well. So that's what is going to happen here. People can make money by just holding this, or staking and locking this. So there's going to be a lot of money involved in this, and I think this is going to propel this further. So I do expect this to break through all of this, and do a nice little 2-3x from here. So from where we are right now, I'm expecting a 2x, which would take me, give me a second, which would take it to, let's have a look. Let's do a 2x. 2x, right? So approximately about $100 basically. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Polkadot to push towards at least $100, which should be awesome from this particular price. So that's what I'm looking at. That's the only news I can find so far. Also, the other news that's been kind of propelling BNB as well. Yesterday, BNB kind of announced that there's two news. One, they're going to ban Chinese yuan or whatever. They're not going to list them anymore, so they're going to accept yuan anymore. Great. And number two, they said they're going to have a $1 billion fund for their Binance chain ecosystem. So they're going to do some upgrades, whatnot, give away, kind of boost the thing, because everybody else is doing okay. They just haven't done anything. So I think this is one of the reasons why they're going to basically, this coin has been pumped, because people know that you want to be on the Binance Smart Chain. If Binance Smart Chain is going to make some moves, because remember, it's very centralized as well. So if they are going to make some moves and going to spend $1 billion into making that ecosystem even better, they want to compete with Ethereum, they want to compete with Solana, they want to compete with Cardano, then I don't see, everyone, it's a no-brainer. You just put your money in and you know you're going to go there. And once it does this, well, remember, we had an all-time high, and we're not far from that all-time high. We're not far from where we were, basically. So you can see we're not that far from that all-time high, right? As soon as we go back to that all-time high, that's all we need, right? I mean, from here, anybody who's bought, say, Binance around here somewhere, if we did do the pump to the previous all-time high, say from here to the high, that's 50%. We could expect it to go even more. I wouldn't have my hopes up for too much. I'm going to be very cautious. I do have a target, and I'll show you my target. Actually, let me get onto the daily. I do have a target for this, not too high. I'm being very, very conservative because, as I said, it's a centralized exchange. Of course, it might go to the moon. That's a different story, but I need to be, what the hell did I just do? I need to be very, very cautious on what I do, basically. Give me a second. So for me, all I'm seeing is $1,100 if it did pump based on the previous high. If we can break the previous high, we can even target the $1,100 BNB, which is okay, not a problem. But I'm going to have an exit strategy around the 1K or slightly less than 1K. That would be my exit strategy. I'm not going to stick around on the main number because you never know. We might never go to that area. So also, let me check the chat, guys, because I just realized I didn't see a single chat. Give me a second. Let me just double check and see what's going on, because I know the chat is bugged. By the way, it's all over the news. It's all over the media, how YouTube is actually censoring a lot of the YouTube channels who are doing crypto stuff. So we see Ennis here. Awesome, Ennis. Thank you. I see Dr. O here. Awesome. Costan here. Awesome. KR here. Awesome. Saying quick hi, could you let me know which altcoin you're going to talk about mostly today on Discord? I'll definitely drop something on Discord, not an issue. I don't think we're going to be talking about any specific coins, mostly a generalization of all the coins that you should have already had, because what it is, you got to understand NS, right? So a lot of these coins, we should have already been in it, because these are not new news. These are all kind of old news. So when we talk about BNB, of course, you wasn't here then. I do respect that. Way back in the days when we were down here somewhere, we were already doing a BNB, and we already targeted how BNB would go near the $700, and we did almost go to that 700. We were $10 less, and then we did project from that high. We projected a $1,000 BNB back then. Of course, the market then took a bit of a dump, so obviously all of that changed, but this was actually there way back in the days. Best opinion on XRP, I'll definitely drop something on XRP, not to worry. Okay, so that's what we got. BNB looking super solid. This is one of the reasons why recently I was gonna dump my BNB, but I just held on to it. I said no, actually it looks quite good, so I'm not going to dump it. I'm going to wait for it. Now what I am planning to do is, as I said, around this particular, say 986, right? So this looks like a good level, 986. What I'm planning to do is actually sell 50% of my BNB. So I'm going to sell 50% of my BNB around here. I'm going to hold the rest, just sell 50%. That gives me plenty of gains, plenty of profit, and you know, I don't even have to say this. This gets really, really stupid. But I'm going to show you something. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to show you, and I hope you guys could, hopefully you can see what I'm about to show you. So I think I've got it here. Okay, I've got it. So from here to say where we are, but even forget that, let's just go to $900. Okay, this is 977. Just look at that percentage, and that will make total sense to you why I want to get rid of 50%. So I'll just leave that number there for you. I don't want to say anything. No financial advice, obviously. I can't give numbers. But that just will make total sense to you. Why 50% off the table and then just chill out. Doesn't make any difference for me. So I'll leave that there for you. We mentioned DOT already. Let's go into Solana. Solana finally making a move. As you can see, Solana finally making a move. Solana played the pattern exactly as we kind of expected it to do. You know, and it's coming into that squeeze point. So it looks like it's going to come in and try and attempt this, probably fail, come back here. And as long as we can hold this pattern, then we got the power move. Now, the power move is getting more and more powerful, by the way. So this is something a lot of people don't understand. So there's a power move, obviously the Fibonacci's are there, but the more time we spend around here and come into that squeeze, we're actually creating something which actually does this for us. So let's bring this area here. So let's just use this. We're coming into a zone which actually gives us, so for example, we break out here, takes us, look at this, even the Fibonacci confirms it, takes us to a new all-time high. So that's what Solana's getting ready to do. And now the market's moving. Of course, the alts are pumping. Money's going to be starting to pump into alt. A lot of people are going to be selling their BTC and jumping into alts as well, which is also going to contribute towards where we're about to go. Okay, so there's a lot happening. Actually, do you know what? I'm probably even wrong, because I just looked at this and I just saw something. I just noticed something. So my target here was actually totally wrong, because the target is actually here. Would you believe this? The target is actually here. So if this is the target, we actually go above the Fibonacci line. Yeah, we go above the Fibonacci. That means Fibonacci is a safety point, which is also awesome to see. Right. What was the next one? We talked about Cardano. We talked about DOT. We talked about BNB. What else were we going to talk about? Let's talk about... One second. Let me find it. Let's talk about SHIB. SHIB has been doing something crazy. It's literally been holding this one level for some time. I mean, we can adjust it now, but it's been holding this kind of an upward momentum, and every day it's been doing baby steps and creeping up and creating these higher lows, which is awesome to see, because it's just creating itself this a range where it says, okay, this is now becoming my little support zone. So this whole area here, if you look carefully, it's creating itself a nice little support zone here, and if you look carefully, it's like basically these two candles. This has become like that level where, okay, this is a good point for us to start bouncing. Now, from what I'm seeing, if the market does favor it, then it could do that shoot up and go towards that 40, which is going to be awesome. That would be approximately, I think if we do a 40 from here, where is it? 36, 37, 40. So approximately 40 here. That's a 33% pump. And if we can continue with a lovely pump like we've recently did, then we should be able to smash through the previous all-time high, right? We should be able to smash through the previous all-time high, and that's not that far. It's only 100%, right? We can do 100% pump on. We got on SHIB. We got plenty of room to do that. Let's go into eGold. Now eGold is doing awesome. It did kind of blip down a little bit. Absolutely fine, guys, not to worry. Also, I'm going to adjust something here right now, because obviously my chart has been tracking from here. We did have this little dip here, we had a body here. Now what we can do is adjust some of this stuff and say, okay, this was the case, but let's just adjust it and move it into this area here, and just say these 3 points are the points we want to be touching, right? So these 3 are touch points. And also adjust this line a little bit as well. Right, let's adjust this line a little bit, and I'm going to change this to here. Even though it should be 3 touch points, I'm going to do 2 touch points just for now, because I see something quite fascinating, and I think that's much more important than anything else. And you're about to see the same thing that I just saw, and it will make total sense why I just did that, right? So if bubble's here, bubble, this is what I see, my brother. So eGold has just changed its pattern and now doing this, if that makes any sense to you, right? This is what eGold is showing us. So I hope it makes sense. I hope you understand what we're targeting now. So even though our Fibonacci is showing us a $367, currently we're looking at a 412 eGold when we break out of this zone. So you can see how this zone has been coming into that squeeze point for us to do that breakout. So that should be awesome to see. Okay, I see Khalid Fahad, awesome bro, nice to see you. I see Bubbles here, awesome my brother, perfect timing, because I just literally dropped the eGold there for you. KCS we talked about recently. KCS is looking awesome. Obviously I want to look at it on a daily. I don't want to be looking at the 4 hourly or anything. And what I'm seeing is it's perfectly bouncing here. It's coming into these zones. It's doing its little thing. It's absolutely fine. And it's going to be a powerful move. It's going to be a powerful move. Because remember, when we look at KCS, we see something. We see this. And now a lot of people at a glance may not recognize what this pattern is, right? I want to show you what this pattern is. Give me a second. Let me find my tool. I want to show you what this pattern is, guys. That will make total sense to you. Just look at this pattern. This is what this pattern is, right? And that makes total sense once you start looking at it and see what this is about to come and do, right? So if you just use this, you can see that we've been in this cup and handle for a very, very long time. And you know, right now, from everything we're doing, we are about to do some sort of a crazy breakout, you know, because cup and handle breakout's just going to give you another cup and handle at the top. So there's a power move coming for KCS. And it's a perfect, this is like one of the best examples you can see, because sometimes people have one that is slightly lower, slightly higher, but no, this one, bang on the dot. You know, you can't make this up. The previous high and the current high was the same. That is such a balanced cup. It's just awesome. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, everything here looks fantastic. Also, the other thing I noticed is I see a bull flag, right? And I'm sure you guys know how we do bull flags, right? So we've got the flagpole, which takes it from the top to the bottom, right? A flagpole takes it from the top to the bottom. If we do have this, right, what we can expect is a flagpole breakout, right? Let's just put it here, for example, just for the sake of it. Let me just straighten it a little bit, right? So if we put a flagpole here, we can see that we're looking at 33, 32, right? Which is pretty much exactly what the Fibonacci also said, just from the flagpole. But when you look at this changes everything, because when you're looking at these kind of numbers, when you're looking at this kind of a distance here, that changes everything, right? Let me try and make it correct, right? Stuff like this literally changes everything, and I'll show you what I mean, right? When you put this here, you can see, well, this is funnily still showing 32. This is hilarious, right? This is absolutely hilarious. It's showing 32 as well. This is insane. So let's go back to the top and let's do this again. 33. Wow, everything is literally giving us 33. So that 33 is flashing, guys. I don't know why we don't take this. Immediately hacker tech. I recommend. No, you don't need to recommend. We don't need any hack. I don't even know why you're on the chat. We don't need hackers. We don't need people making money for us. We just buy and hold, or we buy and trade. I'm sure everybody here is quite awesome. So thank you very much for coming to the show with your USA flag. But yeah, we don't do paid stuff here. Okay, this is a free channel. We're trying to educate people, keep them calm. So Please understand, we don't like anybody trying to make money for us. We avoid these kind of stuff. Right, let's move over to Gala. Let's go into Gala. Let's go into Gala on a daily. Let's do Gala on a daily. Perfect. So you can see how Gala has been playing. Now, there's been a few brothers who are talking about how they want to pick it up on the 7 or whatever. Guys, when you're in this zone, right? When you're in this, I see free energy. I've got a good answer for you. You're going to see the answer very soon. Okay, so yeah, when you see this kind of a pattern playing out, especially on a new coin here, let me explain something to you. So this coin here, whether you bought it 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 here, or whether you buy it here, or whether you buy it here, doesn't make any difference, guys. Right? What you have to understand, this is a fresh coin. It's a fresh coin. So because it's a fresh coin and you are an early adopter, right, and other companies and other exchanges are still getting into it, the potential for this is so high that it really doesn't matter what price you buy it at. Of course, the cheaper the better, one would say, of course. So what would I be doing? And I told this on the video. I said if it goes down even further, then what I'm going to be doing is doubling down on it. Why did I say I'm going to double down on it? I bought it around here somewhere. Where was it? I think it was this candle here. So I bought it around here somewhere. One of these candles here, I bought it. It pumped up a little bit, dumped. I want it double down. So this is the kind of stuff you need to understand, because all of these, they're actually, as a new launch, you get a lot of people dumping and pumping and XYZ. It doesn't matter. Once the hands are changed, then the interest comes in. You got enough money for marketing, so the sales or whatever, you got enough money for marketing comes in and it does another one of these, and you can see how this one was. So for example, this one was a lovely little, so up to the top was another nice little 625%. So if we just say forget 600, if we even pump from here just for the sake of it and do half that, right, half that, which would be here, that's a 33 cents. That's 300% your money. Do you know what I mean? So again, a lot of people don't really understand or comprehend these kind of moves that are about to come, especially on new coins. Yes, they are high risk, very high risk, but once we have a company that we can trust, it's a whole different story. So if we did another 600%, that takes us to almost 57 cents. Do you know what I mean? And I'm expecting this to go to $1 at least, right? And then if not, then go to, if more, then go to $10, maybe even $100. We could see there's always a chance that something may pull an Axie Infinity, right? Talking about Axie Infinity is an ancient project that nobody even knew about, apparently. And I didn't even know this, by the way. I thought Axie was around since 2020. But I just found out Axie Infinity has been around since 2017 or 2018. What the hell? And Axie Infinity was like a fraction of a cent. But of course, people who bought it, who waited, got rewarded. So these are the things you have to understand. When you press that button, when you buy these coins, you're prepared to only invest money you are willing to lose into these new coins. That's one of the reasons why I say to people, guys, a moderate amount, a decent amount is $100. Put $100 and forget about it. Leave it. When you invest it, put it for 5 years and see what these projects do. Any fresh project like Cardano, this, that, all of them, fresh projects are promises, nothing more than a promise. We are speculating on a promise that if the promise is delivered, it's going to change the world. And that's how we enter these coins at fractions of a cent or pennies, right? And of course, in the future, 4 or 5 years, I mean, Cardano was 4 years until it came to the $3. We were buying it for cents, right? Axie just found out that, it spent 4 years at a fraction of a cent, and all of a sudden it pumped, and then it went to like $150 or $60. So there's a lot of projects like that. I can give you so many like this. Phantom's another one, like, cents, pennies. Many others, even Dot, Polkadot, Solana, BNB, for God's sake, BNB. I just showed you BNB a little while ago. I'm sure I've still got it here somewhere. Let me show you. I think I've got it here somewhere. No, not this one. No, I don't have it here. So BNB was another one. Do you know what I mean? BNB was another one that, again, we bought it for very, very cheap and what it's done. So that's been really, really awesome. So I just hope you understand how some of these work. You got to have patience. Everyone, you know that mindset. I want to get in. I want to make a lot of money. That's FOMO. Don't FOMO, please, guys. Don't FOMO. You are an investor. You invest strategically. You invest money you can strategically afford to lose. And you strategically put yourself there and you say, I'm going to be in it for 6 months. I'm going to be in it for 3 months. I know I'm going to enter at this price. I'm going to exit at this price. I know, for example, I bought at that price and I already have my sell at half price. Then when I realized what's about to happen, I said, okay, guys, we're about to have an altcoin season. So I'm going to change my order and I'm going to move it up to 50 cents. So here's 57 cents. I said 50 cents. Then I'm going to take 50% of my chips off the table. That gives me all of my investment plus, approximately 400% more. And then I've got some left to continue to the moon. I'm not losing anything. So that's what you have to do. Your strategy has to be 100%. You don't just go and just adjust it or change it every other day. You got to be fully convicted in anything you invest into. That's how investments work. Right, so I hope that kind of makes sense, right? Let's move into XRP. I think let's do XRP, and I'm going to talk about. Actually, no, let's do this first. So, brother asked me, "What's my opinion on Superfarm?" Right, Free Energy asked me, "What's my opinion on Superfarm?" Well, I'll give you Superfarm, my brother. Superfarm is a project created by Elio Trades. He's a YouTuber, fellow YouTuber, who created a NFT marketplace. That's what Superfarm is. And knowing the capacity on Twitter, knowing his marketing strategy and the strategic partnerships he has, he's going to make this succeed. So anybody who's picking up Superfarm around here, you're laughing. Now, I've been in Superfarm since here, by the way. So I'm an early investor, actually, even before this, right? I'm an early investor. I can't even see the oldest chart. Let me see if I can find the oldest chart, because it's going to be really hard for me to find the oldest chart. These are all new. Let's try not this one, because it's half of them don't even show here. You know what, leave it, that's fine. Let's just work with what we got here. So I've been an investor since here, day one, Superfarm, and I'm a believer because a fellow YouTuber, plus I understand what he's got, what he's doing, and he's not there to rug pull or anything like this. He's a genuine bloke, right? It's like myself, I'm always trying to come up with brand new projects, brand new stuff. I'm not going to be there publicly trying to harm anybody. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to always try and keep people together. So this is what I'm seeing with Superfarm. So what I've like a few people who have asked me about what do I think about Superfarm, I said, look, I'm super bullish and I'm holding a stash. That's it. I'm not going to take this any further. However, when I did see a dip around here, I think it was around here, I did load up a little bit more, but I'll tell you, loaded up only a couple $100. I don't need to top up too much. You see, when we had this dip and this and that, I just topped up just to kind of balance myself and round it up. But it's one of those coins I'm not going to be selling even in this bull cycle. I'm going to be selling this probably next bull cycle, right? So obviously I've put money I can afford to lose here, and then I've topped it up with more money I could afford to lose here. And it's one of those ones I've locked it up and I've thrown the keys away and I said, I don't need to look at it. I know what this could potentially do. Obviously, there's no guarantees, guys. It's a risk I'm willing to take. So that's what I think about Superfarm. I think he's got enough capacity and enough marketing that he could do it. And he's recruiting loads of new people in order to boost his project, because he's being left behind. As an NFT marketplace, he opened similar time as OpenSea and a few others opened, but he got left behind. And I think now he's going to do his best, and he's got the money behind him, he's got the backing. He's going to pump this and try and take this further. And so far I'm seeing this, like, obviously we had a little bit of a dump, but it's trying to move back up. And I think when this does go parabolic, it's going to be one of those spikes, probably from his community or whatever, but it's going to shoot up. Do you know what I mean? So regardless, as I said, I'm not selling this cycle. I'm going to be selling it on the next cycle. So that's how super bullish I am on Superfarm. Okay. So that's that. You've got to sometimes have conviction, and I do have conviction in his project. There's another brother, they did the Fox tokens. What was his name? Datadash. They did Fox tokens. Hasn't really been that successful. They partnered with a few other people, partnered with a few companies. Yeah, you can't even see it here. No, you can't see it. Let's say Fox USD. No, you can't even see it. So they got something called the Fox token, which is similar to a MetaMask type. They created a wallet and they do XYZ, and they're partnered with Changely and this and that. Great. I think he's involved with the team, right? But I didn't see anything come out on any market. I haven't seen them on any exchange. They were selling it privately. So I'm not really interested in that because of those private reasons. My advice is, what I say to people, and I've said this many times, if you build a project and you are convicted and you have full conviction and you believe your project is good, number one rule, you shouldn't have any freebies. You should be buying it just as everybody else. Number two, the whole the coins itself, other than giving some to the developers if you have to, right? So sometimes we do make deals with developers. Like for example, today I had a developer as a partnership, as a founding level. And the deal is very simple. I'm not going to pay him to build for me. However, there's a portion of the token that is going to be allocated for him if the project works, and that's for the team. And the team doesn't mean one person, by the way. It's entire team. So when we talk about structures, we talk about how much of the token distribution will be given to the team, the founding members or advisors, even marketing. So you got to have all of these things, tokenomics, worked out, and then you got to have a vesting schedule to say, okay, I'm not going to give you, say for example, I said I'm going to give you 10% for the entire people who's interested. Well, I'm not going to offload 10% to you today. I'm going to lock it up on a smart contract and offload it to you maybe every 6 months or every year, so the market does not get oversaturated and you can't dump to the market. That's the key. Give the people the power, and take away as much power as possible from the development team as possible. That's the kind of thing. And I think Superfarm's done that pretty much. So that's one of the reasons why I'm bullish and why I bought it. I bought this and I didn't buy Fox tokens, if that makes any sense. And there are other YouTubers out there with plenty of other projects, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. There are so many YouTubers out there with their own projects in the crypto space. So I'm not the only one who talks about it. I've mentioned to you as well, I've done a few, but those are not the best projects. So those were more like a test for me. I've done those. And I can tell you nobody's lost their money. That's the most important thing, because I pulled the projects off the market. So I had it on the coin market and then I took it off again. I said, no, I don't want it there. I don't want the contract to be there. Those balance is sent back to my own wallet already. So, I'm not trying to scam anybody or anything. I want to create a legit project, be humble, and let people go from there. So that's what I'm working on. Enough of that. That's super. That's my super farm, but that's my target, obviously. As I said, that's where we need to get to. We're going to get there at some point. Now, brother wanted to know about XRP. That's the only chart I don't save. I did have it, but I deleted it at some point. I don't know when, but it's the only one I don't have. But I'll show you XRP anyway. XRP looking super solid right now. With all the, the $250 million NFT thing, because everyone's jumping on the NFT. And talking about NFT, we had, what's his name? We had Coinbase literally just announced today. Coinbase literally just announced that they are now doing an NFT platform. So I want to see how that works. But Coinbase being Coinbase, they're only doing it in USA for now. So, that's the one thing I hate about platforms like this, where they selectively choose one country over another, give a country an upper hand, and then everybody else has to come in and compete with that. That's wrong. That's wrong. You make a platform, keep it for everybody. If you're going to have a platform, your platform should be open for the world together. How can you be selective? That just shows control. So what Coinbase did, I'm not happy. I like the fact that they're going to launch the NFT platform and whatnot. It's great. We can create our own stuff and sell. That's what they're missing, the bandwagon, right? They need to jump on it. Fine. But selecting USA only, that's a bit wrong. That means you're giving USA the upper hand and global world getting the lower hand. That doesn't work, does it? It's just wrong, because it's going to be oversaturated with all the US artists and the creators, and people around the globe are just going to come in and just going to pick up scraps. I'm not happy with that. So that's one of the things I was really annoyed with that. So anyway, XRP looking super good. As you can see, XRP is coming into these zones where we want to see, XRP break above. So far, so good. Actually, on an XRP, this is what I really recommend. Do this on an XRP. That will give you a clearer picture of what XRP is doing right now. And so far, all I can see is XRP is looking slightly bearish, but it is ultimately very bullish, and it could easily break above this trend. So that should be really awesome to see. It's coming in for the squeeze point. And obviously, I'm not going to put a Fibonacci to tell you, with the previous all-time high, because guys, this is not the previous all-time high. The previous all-time high was years ago, and it's a long ways. Okay, it's a long way. We're going to need, let me tell you this, right? Let me show it to you, then you'll understand. So this is the previous all-time high, where XRP is right now. So it will make total sense to you what I'm about to say to you. So XRP market cap currently $51 billion in a market of $2.2 trillion. When XRP went to $3.50 or 80 cents or whatever, depending on which exchange you saw it, when the market cap for XRP was, it was 120. So when you take a $900 billion market cap about 3-4 years ago, have 120 billion, XRP's dominance was over like 12-13% of the entire market, right? So please do understand what I'm saying. That dominance doesn't exist anymore, because that dominance is now split between other people. Like, for example, that's like 2.5%, 2%, the dominance of the market. So please do understand that dominance doesn't exist anymore. So if you guys are jumping into XRP now, or maybe just a little bit earlier, assuming you're going to go back to the $3, $10, or some people say $100, some people say $25, please come back to reality. You know, take the red pill. You know, because I clearly have taken the blue pill. No, XRP, it's not possible. It needs to take that dominance. You're not going to see all of a sudden everybody shifting their thing. We're having more and more coins coming in every single day. New coins, new projects, new innovations coming in. Dinosaur projects are going to die off. So, and this is a dinosaur project. This is a dinosaur institutional grade project designed for the institutions, which has had its ups and downs. And it's fine. It had its moment. There was a time, once upon a time, XRP was the number 3 coin in the world. It had its time. Do you know what I mean? But it's time to move on and give it to somebody else. So a lot of the XRP army who like XRP and, you know, who are holding XRP, respects to them for holding and having conviction. But guys, sometimes you just got to let it go. Do you know what I mean? It's had its thing. Just let it go. You know, there's plenty of other projects out there with much more superior technology. I mean, Solana. I am super bullish on Solana. I'm telling you, Solana's going to do all sorts of crazy stuff. However, I'm not married to it. So end of the day, when Solana does its pump, goes to $500, $600, $700, I'm going to get rid of Solana. I'm going to wait for the dip. When the dip comes back, I'm going to pick it up again. Right? Very simple. Happy days, right? Because I'm not in it for anything. I'm not in it for the innovation or anything. I'm just using innovation as a way of me saying, okay, let's move with the time. But at the same time, I'm in it for the money. So if I can't make money, if I can't make more BTC, and remember, I want to make more BTC. If I can't make this coin make me more BTC, what am I in it for? Do you know what I mean? Or money, right? I'm in it for the money. So if I can't make money, what the hell am I in it for? So that's the thing, because that's what everybody is, right? Admit it. What are you in it for? Are you in it for the passion? Have you got money to burn? Have you got money to throw away? Do you know what I mean? If you've got money to throw away, then I've got plenty of links below my description. I've got wallet links where you can send money. I'll send it to a good cause for you if you've got money to throw away. That's no issue, right? Happily throw away. You can see it. The wallet is tradable, trackable. So you can see exactly how much balance that wallet has. Currently nothing. So yeah, fine, send it my way. I'll make sure it goes to a good place. But when I look at all of this, right, and people assuming that it's going to go to like $25, $30, come on, guys, come on, come back to reality. You know, XRP from here to $25 was 25 times 51 billions. 25 times 51 billion, right? I don't even know what that is off the top of my head. Let me see. Hold on. Let's just do thing. That's $1.2 trillion market cap. You telling me you're going to have a $1.2 trillion market cap? You know, some people say it's going to go to $100. Okay, fine. So let's do 100 times, right? Because we're at $1 now. It makes it easy because $1 now. So we're going to go 100. So 100 times 50, right? So you're telling me you're going to have a $5 trillion market cap. Seriously, you're going to have a $5 trillion market cap, and people are jumping into those hype boat, or shall I call it hope boat? Because that's what it looks like, complete hope boat. Be real, right? Realistic, and that's how we're going to move forward. You're in it for the money, make the money. Don't fall into the hype. And you know, take your profits, take your initials out. That's how you're going to be safe. That's the key to this game. If you can't hold on to your initial investment, you're in a bad investment. That's what I want to say. Yeah, other than that, is there any other coins you guys want me to talk about? I think I've dropped those. Obviously, Ennis wanted me to talk about some coins. I'm not here to talk about coins today, bro. I'll be honest with you, Ennis, because we already got these coins, right? And all I'm trying to tell you is none of these coins don't sell. Remember, I told you guys yesterday as well. I said you got alts. Market's gonna now go completely insane. Some markets are gonna bleed. Others are gonna pump. And then guess what's going to happen? The ones that pumped are going to start bleeding, and the one that's bleeded are going to start pumping. So we're going to see this massive shift, right? Where, let me find an empty space, because this is very, very hilarious what you're about to see. We're going to see this shift. Like some coins go like that, and the very same coins will come down. Other coins that were sitting down here are going to start pumping. Then they're going to dump, and this is the pattern you're going to see. Wave after wave of money coming in and going out. Money coming in and going out. There's two reasons for all of this. One, obviously, people are interested. And the other reason is you are in a confusion. They're going to create this box of confusion. So you don't know when to sell. So you see a hype. You're like, okay, it's going to go pump up more. No, it's going to come back down. So you need to understand your exit levels. So right now, I mentioned this yesterday as well. I said, guys, please start setting up your exit points that you're comfortable with. You don't have to exit all of it, but at least target your initial investment. If you have to sell 10%, 5%, whatever, target your initial investments. That's all I'm requesting. And it's not a financial advice. Of course, you could do whatever. You might turn around one day and say, oh, I could have made £1 million, but because of sham, I took my initial out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. You do you, I do me. Do your own research, but actually put your thinking cap on at the same time. This is a pattern we're going to see over and over again. You're going to see some coins pump, other coins being left behind, bloody. Some coins very green. You need to know, when do I take my profit? Have your exit strategy here. When the market dumps again, no problem, right? Let the others pump. When they pump, you have your exit. Market pumps. Everyone's hoping it's going to go up. No, it doesn't. It goes down. Be prepared for this. Be prepared, because that's how the whales, the manipulators, also talking about all of this, guys. Institutions coming in didn't come in with honest intention. They came in with a lot of corruption, a lot of institutional grade corruption, right? Manipulation, cutthroat, a dog eat dog, right? One of those kind of things. They don't give a damn about you, me, anybody. They don't give a damn about their own partners, probably. They're all in it for their money, and they will do everything to take your money. You and me, we're going to be sitting here deciding what to do, probably go and do a trade 30 minutes later, 15 minutes later, and I'll tell you what institutions are going to do. They're all going to come together, do a move together, but everyone's going to try and front run, exit before each other. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do this so they can actually front run each other. They're going to collaborate to do it, and then some of them are going to exit before the others. Some of them are going to exit later. Some of them have more money to play with. Some of them have less money. That's what's going to happen right now. We all go to the same horse race, but we're going to bet on different horses, if that makes any sense, right? That's what they're going to do. So please do understand these kind of things. They are very, very important for people to understand. And these waves are coming, guys. These absolute crazy waves are coming. So yeah, other than that, guys, is there any other coins you want me to talk about other than having a go about what the market's about to do? Because it is going to do this, by the way. We're going to see altcoins go up like this, and then the same altcoins dump back down like this. Possibly not this pattern, actually. Let me do a correct pattern for you. That will make more sense for you. So we'll see altcoin pump. Everyone's expecting it to go to the moon. So we see up. Everyone's expecting it to go to the moon. And then it has a dump. And it stops. It stops here and it's stagnant. It doesn't do anything. Another alt then decides to pump. Right? And it pumps. You're expecting it to go to the moon. It doesn't. It comes down. It stops here. Another one just pumps. Does the same thing. Right? And you got to understand who's doing this. You got to understand, where do you get out? And this is one of the reasons why I said have your exits. Exit as in you don't have to exit all of it, just your initial. Take your exit. So you don't fall for this. You don't fall for this. Bartos, Dot, AVAX, Phantomatic. No worries, my brother. Let's drop some Dot. Dot I did already, but I'll drop a little bit more Dot for you anyway, as you're asking. And Dot is my favorite. And Dot, I do believe, by the end of this month, DOT is going to go insane. I believe DOT is going to go absolutely parabolic. It's going to go insane. And I've already mentioned it on today's video as well. I expect DOT to do a nice little 200% at least from here. All right, 200-300% at least from here. I'm expecting DOT to go to $100 from here. Right, that's what I'm expecting for DOT. You know, I don't know how to say this, but this is what I'm expecting DOT to basically do, a nice little 200% from here. Right, a nice little 200% takes us to around 106 around here. That's what I'm expecting for DOT. So I'm expecting DOT to pump over to once the news break out, and then probably some more. So if DOT does this, that would be awesome. It would basically propel us to a whole new height. Also, if we use the top and we use the bottom, you can see it's far more than our Fibonacci target. So our Fibonacci target is here. In fact, we can use this Fibonacci target actually. Give me a second. Let me just do this, because we can use this to actually give us the next level anyway. So I don't know why I did that. So we can use this to give us the next level. The next level is 127, so slightly higher than this. So of course, the fibs are also confirming that yes, we would definitely go there. DOT, bro, Bartos, I've been talking about DOT for a long time. I've personally been investing in DOT since $1. So you can imagine, I mean, for me, I'm still holding. None of this phased me. Doesn't matter, because remember, I didn't see the market finish. I believed, and I said, look, this bull run has not finished. While everybody was saying the bull run's gone, I said, no. Bull run is only finished when we go back to 20K. So that's what I've said all along. All right, all along I've said this. I said, look, the bull run for me, this bull run will end if we come back to this previous high. So this level here, if we come back to this level, test this level, that means officially the bull market's over. Until then, anything above this level here, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Anything above this one specific price, right, which was 19,000 something. I forgot what it was. Let me just check. Yeah, 19,800. Anything above 19,800 for me was still a bull market. It doesn't matter. I wasn't in a bear market, so I was confident, right? And because of that, I didn't sell my positions. I didn't do nothing. It's coming back, and when it comes back, it's going to come back more powerful, more bigger, better than before. And in fact, we've talked about the entire total market cap potential to go to approximately $4 trillion. We said we expect this entire market cap to go to at least $4 trillion. And in this particular season, in this cycle, we could see a 4 trillion top. So I'm expecting that. Let's see what that does for us. Coming back to what you wanted. Give me a second. So what else did you want? You wanted AVAX. AVAX, one of my favorite. Been holding for a long time. And we are expecting AVAX to break out of the channel. So you can see here, actually, let me change my icon. Actually, I don't need that. You can see AVAX has been in the channel for some time, right? A few days now, and I've been talking about this, and I said, look, it's fine. Once we come out of this, we are going to break out of this channel. So it's fallen into a channel. So far, so good. You know, it's broken this neckline, which is not the best, but as long as we can stay above this lower low here, we should be okay. And I could see this doing a rebound. If it does a rebound, I am expecting a $94 AVAX for the first round, and then obviously after that we'll create the new targets and see where we're going to go. I'm not going to be 100% bullish on AVAX, because AVAX has just been propelling or pumping because of the news. Once the news finishes, guys, there's nothing there for AVAX. I haven't seen people, developers interested in AVAX. I haven't seen that. I know the news says so, but I haven't seen that. I've seen more developers on Matic. I've seen more developers on Polygon. I've seen more developers on Solana. You know, I've seen more developers on Polkadot. So when I'm seeing all of these, the developers are telling us that's what we work on. Nobody's mentioned AVAX. And that kind of doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, oh, okay, so what's going on? Don't they have a bigger ecosystem? Apparently they don't. So there are only a select few people working on AVAX. Of course, AVAX could surprise everybody. Great. But for people who have invested way back down here somewhere, we're not bothered, because the more it goes up, the better it is. And the initial's already out, so it doesn't matter. You know, currently just holding profits and let it grow as far as it wants to go. So let's see what that does. Phantom, let's see, Phantom, FTM. Phantom, we talked about Phantom a few days ago. Actually, I spoke to people and I said, look, Phantom's looking super solid. Let me get another one, actually. FTM. We talked about Phantom, how it looks super solid. Let's go on Binance, it doesn't matter. And we were talking about it when we was around here somewhere, I can't remember, somewhere around here. And I did say to people, I said, guys, there's going to be a nice little pump on Phantom. If you do have the opportunity, just pick it up. And I mentioned it, I think last week or something. I said, and since then, I believe, hold on, I think it was around here. Yeah, I think it's around here. Since then, it's basically done 100%, basically. So I'm just going to leave it there. Does Phantom have any more room to grow? I don't think so, guys. Be careful with Phantom. If you could jumping into Phantom right now, be very, very careful, because Phantom is a very old project, and you can see the levels Phantom has done. And this is since 2020. You can see from 2020 where Phantom was. So Phantom was around 0.001, fraction of a cent. Phantom's literally given everybody this much so far, right? This much, 152,000%. Don't expect any more, all right? Don't expect too much. How much more can I expect? Maybe another up to here. That's about it. That's a 200,000%. Other than that, I wouldn't really go any further. So please do understand, if you're expecting a 200,000% from here or from here, no, you're dreaming. This is a short-term thing. Get in, quick in, make your 10, 20, 30%, take your initial out, and then just sit on it. That's what you do. So that's what it's already done. So I hope this kind of makes sense. And this is nothing. Back in 2016, 2017, sorry, 2017, 2018, it was down here. It was even lower, actually, because it launched around that time. It was lower. It was like pennies. So do understand that this thing has done, already done, a 152,000%. If you're expecting this to go to the moon, it already has. It already has. It's not out, you know. So just be careful with it. That's what I'm going to say. And initials should always be taken out. Let's have a look at Matic. Free energy. I'll see your message. I'm going to have a look at your message. No worries. So let's do this one. So we're talking about Matic. Matic looking okay. On the pattern wise, it's looking okay. This is a very, very old chart of mine. You can see on a very old chart of mine, when we did that back here, when we had the high, we were talking about Matic pumping over to at least $4.20. Is it still possible? Absolutely. I think Matic could easily achieve that. But I'm off Matic myself. I'm not interested in Matic anymore. I don't care if Matic goes to $40 or $400, solely because how the company's been operating and how it's kind of centralized and everything as well. It's ridiculous, you know. I wasn't happy about some of the stuff because I mean, think about it. They done the Shiba dump, right? So they basically took money from Vitalik, great. For Shiba, great. Telling everyone, guys, don't worry, this, great. They put it on the exchanges, great. For COVID-19 relief in India. But India COVID-19 relief wasn't given on time. I mean, isn't that just wrong? You took money for something, and everyone supported it, and you didn't give it to them. They actually only sold like 20 million or something, and then later on they sold more. So currently they're moaning how they would have made 400 million more. Seriously, guys, is that where you take charity? To make money? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me, because you took $1 billion worth of charity money. You should have given them $1 billion there and then. Wasn't that the whole purpose? So it just says to me, it just flashes a bunch of scammers running this operation. Of course, they built a blockchain, a side chain, right? Or you can say a layer 2. Which is great. I mean, technology is great, but the people running it, I think it's kind of centralized, and I think a bunch of scammers. They are not in it for everybody else. They just, so this kind of makes me says, like, I don't like centralized companies. So regardless whether it's great and everything, it's centralized, too centralized, and clearly manipulators and control freaks, and in my opinion, scammers. Because if you took $1 billion, you should have donated $1 billion, not 200 billion. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, for the cause, right? But yeah, just that's why I kind of left this one. I said, no, it's just moral. That's all it is, just moral obligations. I'm not going to touch this one again. But yeah, other than that, look, pattern looks okay. It's coming into the squeeze zone once it does. And also remember the patterns we're going to talk about now as well. It will make sense to you that once the patterns play out, that's how we're going to start pumping. So could you finish this? Free Energy says, Sham, could you please finish the subject of the patterns for the alts and who is doing it, right before you got interrupted by a person asking about DOT. Okay, let's do this. Patterns, who's doing it? Put it this way. Free Energy. I hope this will make sense to you. I'm about to open the, so actually let's do this. Let's do this even better. Let's go to the total market cap, and we're going to do total market cap. We're going to delete the drawings, and we're just going to look at the numbers. We don't want anything else. We just want the numbers here. Right, no worries, Bartos, no worries, bro. Right, let's just look at the numbers here. I want you to free energy. I want you to imagine everything. So I'm going to put it on a weekly. Actually, let's put it on a monthly, because that will give me bigger data. Right, let's put it on a monthly. How about this? So this is when we started tracking this. So since 2014, this chart has been created. Great, we have data from 2014. Absolutely fine. Now I want to give you some points here, so I'm going to make you understand what this is. The entire market cap. Now your eyes are going to open up, and you're going to be like, holy shit, didn't realize this. And I'm going to tell you. So I'm glad we have 2014 here. So what I'm doing is I'm literally just putting a line on the top. Actually, even better, let's do it this way so it's clear. Now I hope you guys could see a clear picture, and I'll change the color to match. Sorry, not to match, so it looks okay. Actually, it's white already. That's fine. So this was the peak of 2014. What was the total market cap? Do you know what? I'm going to make this larger as well. Give me a sec. I'm going to make this larger. I want everybody to see this. That's a bit too big, right? 14, 2. Hold on. I want everybody to see this, because this will open up your eyes and make you say, oh my days. Because I know a lot of people don't understand the concept, because again, there's too many numbers. When we're looking at charts like this, we're seeing too many things flashing in front of us. We're seeing so much noise. It's hard to see what's going on, right? We don't understand what it is. We understand that it's based on volume. We can see that. But when we look at, you know, all of this, we can't make sense of it. We can only see percentage. This doesn't make any sense to us, right? Even when we look at stuff like this, all we're seeing is ranking. Nothing makes sense to us. All we see is that's the price, that's what we got, that's how many coins we got. But nothing makes sense to us. So what we do, we go here and we say, okay, where was that here? We say, okay, let's go back in time and let's have a look at the total market cap. The total market cap was $8 billion. $8 billion for every single crypto that ever existed. Let that open your eyes a little bit. Let that kind of soak into your mind a little bit. That we only had $8 billion. We do $8 billion in a single coin. We do $8 billion in Shiba in one day. Shiba's a dog coin. Right? We do $8 billion in coins. Let me move this over. Actually, give me a second. We do $8 billion in volume in some of these shitty coins, right? Let's just have a look at this, right? $6 billion, right? Binance BUSD. $4 billion here in Shiba today volume. You'll see with some of these coins we do 8 billion in a day. 8 billion in a day. So that's what we were doing in the end. That's what the value of the entire market cap was, right? That's what it was, right? So let's go to, we got a peak here, a lovely little peak here. So we're skipping. I don't know how many years we're skipping, but we're skipping. We're in 2017 December, when the entire market was the highest ever. We had a 20k BTC. Boom. What was the entire market cap? Only 600. Guys, only $600 billion. In fact, the data here may not be 100%. There's a reason, and I'll show you the reason if I actually activate this, because this is the noise. We went higher. Look, almost 800 billion. So I'm just taking the noise out, just keeping the fact in the chart, right? So by just keeping the fact in the chart, what do you see? That was the entire market cap. Guys, that's what Ethereum's worth today, or slightly less than that. That's what Ethereum's worth today, right? Now, and I'm coming to the point, like, why do I, you know, who controls the market, or what happens, right? This is where we had our previous peak, and I'll show you this. This is funny, right? Because this is the fact. This is the fact. You cannot deny the fact. The fact was that our previous all-time high was 2.3 trillion. Regardless what the top says, currently we are bouncing 2.2 trillion. That's it. 2.2 trillion was the fact. Now obviously when we activate the wicks, it takes us to a higher price, 2.57. Forget the wick, we never close the candle. This is giving us the closing of the body. Every single line here is the closing. There's no wicks here, that's why it's closing. This is the fact. Fact. Momentarily the story is, oh, we went there, but the fact. So now that we got this fact, we start working back and we say, well, how many coins did we have here? Not many. We only had I don't know, maybe a few, 10, 15, 20, 30 coins, around here. Ethereum didn't even exist around this time. XRP was around. We had XRP, we had Litecoin, and we had Bitcoin. That's all I know. And I think there was a few other coins called Masternode and that coin. There's a handful of coins, guys. That's all we had. And that was the balance. But during this time, the people that were playing, so community, us, the retail, that was playing in this market, I wasn't, sorry, so I can't say us. But what I'm trying to say, people were only buying, because remember, this is monopoly money, game currency, magic money, internet money. People who trusted friend of a friend or whatever bought only a few $100s. And during this time, 0.0000001% of the planet knew about it. 0.10 zeros and 1 probably. Only a handful of people, maybe thousands of people around the world knew about this, not millions, knew about this. And they would only buy $100, or some people bought $10, $20, $30. Right? That's all they would buy, $10, $20 worth. That's all they bought. That kept the market at 8.35 billion. Then we had this, where we have a spike from 8 to 500. Do you think retail or people playing with monopoly money were entering here? No. This is the big boys. The boys who realized that they made money around here. These boys came back here. Bigger, better, stronger. That's who these boys are. They pumped it all the way from here, all the way up to there. The entire market, I'm talking about the entire global. So this is not Bitcoin, this is the entire global market. They pumped it up to there. Ethereum launched around here somewhere. It was 2015. So Ethereum launched somewhere around here. Yeah, just at the end of this cycle, Ethereum launches. So Ethereum launches around here. More money floods in. People come in with fiat. People come in with everything. Market starts pumping. Boom, boom, boom. All the way up to there. Now we've got billionaire companies. We've got the Ethereum Foundation with 500 of the global top Fortune 500 companies sitting in there, in their offices with the Ethereum Foundation, invested, including Microsoft, Google, this, that, you name it. They're all there. Market pumps up to there. Billions and billions of dollars come in. Not 8 billion. Billions, hundreds of billions come in. Fine, we have this top. Billions come in. They make money from here. They took their money out. There's no harm. Everyone's got to take their profit. So they took their profit. Simple. Right? They took their profit. So I think you already understand where it's going. This is the launch, or launch was here. High, dump, buy, come here, billions. So we're talking about billionaires, people with billions come in. Here, hundreds of thousands, maybe, thousands of dollars. That's it. I don't see more than thousands. I think thousands of dollars. Here I don't think millions. I think billions enter. All right. If just for the doubt, I'll say millions enter. Okay, thousands, millions, and then we come back here, this cycle. Right, so this cycle starts where this is February 2020. I'm going to put a line here just to make you completely aware of what February 2020 looked like. Let's make this larger for you. This is February 2020 or March 2020. March 2020. What was the top of March 2020? Boom. $262 billion. We are 10x from here to where we are now. If you can't understand this, try and understand this. Try and take this information, soak this in. Who pumped $2 trillion into the market? Us? The little fish? Maybe a little bigger fish? Maybe the shark? Maybe the whales? No, there's nobody. This is pure institutional money. This $2 trillion from this low, institutional. Because the only people here have been losing money, so have invested. Retail have invested. But retail are weak. They don't have a vision. They invested for a week or for a month. They invested to make $100 into $200. And they got wrecked trying to do that. But people who bought around here and said, I'm going to be in it for the next 4 years, 5 years, are sitting here right now. And we allowed the institutions to follow us behind, because remember, here everyone's shaking. We allowed the institutions to lift us up to there. $2 trillion. We allowed them to give us $2 more trillion. That's what happened here. $2 more trillion. All right. Same as here, right? People who are sitting here. I mean, I was down here, right? So I'm sitting here somewhere. Where am I? I'm sitting here somewhere. I'm sitting here. We enter. The institutions coming. The big boys coming. The millions and millions of dollars coming, which normal person doesn't have. Enters the market, pumps in, takes profit, happy days, moves up again, carries on, does the same thing all over again. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. The people who are confident here were more confident here, and they're triple confident here. I myself, confidence from here to here was insane, because I went all in around here. I went all in. So my confidence is grown. Coming here, now my confidence is 10 times more. And now, when I was here, I was 50% invested in crypto. And now here, I'm 99.9% invested in crypto. Everything, every last penny I own is in here. Just think about that. How much more confidence do I have here than I had here? Does that make any sense to you? But the reality is, this is not retail. People can blame it on the retail and say, oh, retail are pumping the money, this is coming in. No, 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 no. Retail do not put billions of dollars. Here we can see billions of dollars. Retail did not do that. This is institutions coming in for the money, and they're going to take the money. Exactly. So what free energy says, so that's why coins are pumping, then retracing and sitting, doing nothing. They are basically luring us into buying into the market like fish, and they reel us in. And then Django says, oh bro, can you tell me something about Lazio fan token coin? Is it on Binance Launchpad, and what could be the best amount BNB to participate? Bro, any fan coin, you got to be a real fan to own it. Because remember one thing about so I'm going to answer this for you before I go to free energy again, right? Any fan coins you want to invest in, you got to really understand it's a fan coin. That's it. There's no intrinsic value to it. It's a fan coin. So for example, if I create a fan coin for my community, it's a fan coin. You're buying something, you're only supporting me by giving me money. You might as well just give me the money in my PayPal wallet or something. I don't need a fan coin for that. You can support me by joining my community or something. Do you know what I mean? So, but I'll talk about this a little bit more. Let's continue with the subject on hand, right? So, what free energy said, right? Coins are pumping and retracing. No. So, let's go into this free energy. You're going to love this one. So, remember I talked about just a little while ago, I mentioned patterns. Now, I'm going to move this onto weekly so we can see some of these patterns, right? And again, we're going to stick with the entire market cap, so it's easier for us. We're going to clear the chart. We're going to stick around with the entire market cap just to kind of show you how it works. So remember, just a little while ago, I drawed something like this. I said up, down, like this, right? Now, obviously, that's my pattern. I don't have to, it doesn't have to be like this, right? But if we put this pattern here and we do this, right? And we do this, and we do this, and we do this, for example, what we realize is that while the pumps are happening, too many people enter at these locations. Too many people enter after the pump because they don't trust the coin when it's down here. Because down here, you're bombarded with FOMO. You have so much fear in this particular location, you cannot dare to enter. Do you know what I mean? You cannot dare to enter the market. So you jump into the hype here. They figured that out. They're not reeling you in. They've left they've come in here. So what I'm trying to say is they pump it up to here, and they understand how human psychology and emotion works. And you enter here because now you know it's going to go. Someone's hyping it's going to go to the moon here. And you entered here. And what I say is follow the money. If the money bought here and is pumping here, then you need to know that whatever level they're pumping to, 100K, 200K, $1,000, $10,000, where is your exit point? Your exit point should be slightly below where they are. So again, this is something I demonstrate quite a lot using my using the logarithmic chart, right? And I'll bring this in as well, so you kind of understand. Also, let me just keep an eye on the time as well, because I might be running out of time. And I will activate this in a bit. Let's just kill it for now. We don't need this for now. So what you're seeing is basically people enter around these points, but they don't have a clear exit strategy. And this is where someone like me is banging on about, guys, take your initial out, take your initial out. Now, if someone entered here, for example, this area here, and they put $100, and their $100 is now worth $10,000 here, take your 100. That's all I'm saying. Take your 100, because this market is a never-ending cycle. But as long as you have your initial, you can sleep better. Right? You can sleep better. And look what they do, exactly as I mentioned, like on the pattern. Remember the pattern? I said they go like this, they come and they stop here. Then they start another one and they do this. This is the entire market, and it does the same pattern. Goes up, comes down. Goes up, comes down. Goes up, comes down. So what you're seeing is they're taking profit. So they dumped one up there. They took, like, say, for example, they took $1 million. They made 10 million. They don't have to take the 10 million out. They just have to take 1 million plus profits to keep the companies happy. Continue again. And that's what I would do. I don't have to take all the money out, you know. And even if I did, if I took all the money out here, all I got to do is buy back here, and now I'm buying 20-30% more than I had before, and continue the cycle. Sell here, buy 20-30% more here, there. So if I started with 10 coins, I now have 100 coins, right? I never have 100 coins, 100 coins, for example. You know, I can now have 120 coins here, for example. And now I can have, say, if I do another dip here, I can have 130 coins, right? 30 coins, and I can come back up here, sell the dip again, and now maybe I have 135 coins. So you see, it doesn't have to be too much. The point is, I can take 10 coins, make it to 100, while this pump was happening. And what I mean by 100, I didn't make 100. My 10 coins is still 10 coins, but it's worth more for me. Do you know what I mean? So those kind of stuff, right? So I hope this kind of helps you understand that, look, market people, we call them manipulators, we call them all sorts of names, right? But that's just because we're used to this. Just our social aspect. We like to call people names, you know. Someone's too old, you say, oh, he's fragile, you know, just name calling. But that's leaving all of that aside, leaving the immaturity aside. What we have to understand, everybody, smart money, will be taking profits, and you should too. Right? You should, every single person out there should take profit, right? And we were doing this with the entire market, because it was easier for me to show you 12,000 coins on one chart, all right? 12,000 coins on one. Some will go up, some will go down. That doesn't matter. But remember this, when they buy here, they sell here. And they don't necessarily have to sell the whole amount, just 50%. Now the investment is safe. And trust me, when you work for certain companies and they say, okay, I'm going to give you £100 million portfolio, or $100 million portfolio, go and make me money, and you as a trader, your job is to go now and trade this money and make money, your company would prefer you have risk management and protect their investment. What do we mean by that? We mean they give you $100 million portfolio to play with. You take $100 million and you make $50 million, for example. If you can protect $75 million of that 100, and so the total, if you can protect 50% of that, you're a great investor. You're a great portfolio manager. Or even better, you're like the god of investment. If you can take $100 million, make 50 million profit, and keep the $100 million and play with the you're like the god of the industry. They were like, whoa, this guy is awesome. We want to give him more. Do you understand? Because investors want to see their assets protected and year on year money growing as well, whether it be 8%, 10%, 12%, whatever grow. Now, if you can go even higher, even better. Do you know what I mean? So you can make 100 million into 200 million and protect their 100 million with some profits. You're a genius. You're a genius. And this is what a lot of these guys do. We jump in with 100 mil here. You go up there, you made 20-30%. So for example here, I'll give you a good example here. Let's have a look at this, right? So up to here, for example, wow, 252%. So even if someone took 100% off or 150% off, your investors are happy. You're a genius. You're a genius. You take that money aside, you wait for it, you wait for the dip comes back down. Now what you do, you pick up, you take the profit money. So you took your initial out, you take the profit money, you had a nice little 52% dump here. Well, you're fine. You can now play the game all over again. And then you can use the money you made here. So say, for example, you took your 100 off the table. Now you use whatever remainder money you had and you pump up even more. Go all the way up there. You're a bloody super genius. you're a super genius. Think about it, right? So these are the things a lot of people don't. Investors coming into funds and management, they don't invest for a day or two. That's a very bad misconception if someone thinks that's the way. I mean, small investors who are buying stocks and shares, maybe, yeah, but people who play fund management, you know, and I know very well, we don't. So I'm not going to say we, okay, I'll just say we don't manage for a day or two. We don't manage for a week. No, guys, it doesn't work like that. I mean, the minimum contract is usually 2 years, right? Minimum amount of management is about 2 years, you know, minimum 24 months, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Market could do anything. I mean, there are contracts for 5 years, 10 years. So that means an investor's giving you their money, you know, 10 million, 100 million. They're not allowed to ask for that money for another 10 years. Can you imagine that? They're not allowed to ask for another 10 years. And after 10 years, the return is already fixed. That means you promise to pay them, say, 8%, 12%. I mean, on a good day, 12%. But usually it's around the 8%. So you're giving them an 8% yield per year. Now, if you make profit or loss, it's your responsibility to make sure that you deliver that money after the contract expires. Does that make sense to you? So you got to understand how portfolio managers work. It's not as easy job, but it's a different thing. It's a whole different ballgame. But that's how it works normally. You know, you don't just play with small money when you're talking with clients. It's big money and it's longer term. And we notice these patterns, and you got to continue playing these waves. So smart money will always take initial out ASAP, you know, and leave some free shrapnels to continue the market, and then recycle the money and move back again more, make even more. You know, that's the idea. So I hope all of that kind of makes sense to you, how this works, right? I know it's been a long one explaining this to you, Free Energy. I hope this explains to you. I see Gamer here come up with, is that VLX or is that VLX, bro? Or VIX? What is this? Tamil, what is it? VLX or VIX? Or VRX? What is it? VLX. Do we have VLX? What is this? No idea where you come out with this stuff, bro. I'll have a look anyway. Let's go into the daily. Whoa, super awesome. Looking insane. This looks crazy. Wow. I don't know where you came out with this one, bro, but this one looks insane. Let me have a quick look at this. I'm curious now. I might even pop some in myself. Let me have a look. VLX. Question now is, my brother, is it Velas? Is it Velox? Or is it Velas Pad? Which one is it? Which one is it? The first one or the second one? Because you know some of them are copycats and it's scams. Which one is it? Velas or Velox? Because I don't want to buy the wrong one. Tamil, I'm waiting for you. Tell me if it's the top one or the bottom one. I don't know. You tell me which one it is, VLX. But tell me, is it Velas or Velox? Because there's two there. I don't want to buy the wrong one. I don't want to analyze the wrong one. Velas. Okay, thank you. So let me go into Velas. I don't want to do the wrong one. So it's on okay, it's on Ethereum. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Let's look at all. This seems pretty much similar to what we just saw. So now we can start analyzing this and see what is API delegated proof of stake. Awesome. So it's a blockchain. Absolutely fine. Okay. Awesome. So we see some good team members there. So for example, the people we see is the guy who created, founder of Coin Payments. Awesome. That's also really good to see. Not to worry. Let's have a look at what the website says. So far I'm seeing good stuff. Looks good. AI, I don't care about all of those. None of this EVM chain. Okay, that's good. So it's an EVM compatible chain, which is absolutely fine. That's good. It's a fork of Solana, embedded EVM integration, mainnet launch. Okay, so they fork Solana, so they can't go wrong on that. If they have forked Solana, they're going to have staking, XYZ, developing following products. Okay, so they forked Solana. Funny, somebody else mentioned they wanted. So I was talking to a developer recently, and he was telling me he wants to fork Solana for me. I was like, I'm not familiar with the Solana work, but it's nuts. I'm sure he can do it. I said, okay, it's cool, no worries, we'll think about it. So leave those. I won't bother with those. But yeah, great. If they're on some exchanges, absolutely fine. That's good. They're on some aggregators. That's good. So they look. I'm not sure about all of this. I mean, coin payments, obviously, this is where the guy was from. Seems really good, guys. Seems really good. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. So obviously, I did say I wasn't going to drop anything today. But Velas so far, VLX looking awesome. And also, when we look at this chart, we can see this is also showing some really, really great stuff as well. So I might just put some in there and just sit around, put a couple $100 and forget about it. Price is also very good right now. Just looking at the analytics, just looking at how the structure is looking super solid. I don't normally jump onto stuff, but Tamil, you got me another one. I got to jump in. No worries. So this one I'm going to jump in. Yep, definitely going to jump into this one. I'm going to try and see if I can find on a shitcoin exchange, pick it up and see what it does. It's already created a high. It's currently just finding itself a rejection. As long as we can hold this, so where is it? There, this low here. So this particular low here, as long as we can hold this low, so I would have a zone here. Basically, I've got this zone here, so you can see this area here. As long as I can hold above this zone, I think we should be okay. In fact, I can move it up to this level here. Probably, give me a second. Yeah, I can move it up to this level here just to be kind with it, so we can create have the top and the bottom. So basically what we're doing is we're looking at this particular support zone here and this particular resistance zone here and say, as long as we can stay above this, I don't see this not being able to pump a little bit. And it has done a recent, very, very recent 37-cent high, and currently sitting at half price or less than half price discount. I mean, it's a quick flip. So for example, this is, I'll give you a good example, $100 pump back to same price, you made 173%. I would take 50% off the table. So if I take 50% off the table, then I'm left with 50%. Now the 50% can go anywhere. I don't really lose much money. Do you know what I mean? So if I put $100 and I take 50% off when it pumps to this price again, the previous all-time high, I only risk $25. You see what I mean? My $100 goes in, makes some money, but only risk $25 because I've taken my $75 of investment out or something. So that's what you have to really understand. Sometimes take as less risk as possible. Jump in, quick flip, get the hell out, and then see what happens. You don't need to be in it forever. It doesn't matter if it goes to the moon, and of course it depends on your budget. So this is looking super awesome. Thank you very much for bringing it to me. Luckily I do have a Bittrex account. I just got to remember the login. It's a very old account. I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to have a look and see how this is doing. So that should be really, really awesome. Let me read some chats. That was brilliant explanation. It is fascinating understanding how the market works. I'm very interested to know how market makers are actually moving prices and grab liquidity. Be awesome. Smash the like button and subscribe if you have. Oh, okay. That was me. Damn, that was me. I was reading my own comment. Okay. Market makers and market takers. Okay, it's quite simple, guys. Especially free energy. Market makers, how they work is very simple, right? First of all, you need to buy enough coins, right? You need to buy enough coins. When you buy enough coins, you can have a predetermined sell price. So you can have a sell price. So here, actually, let me see if I've got this account still there, because I did do something with someone yesterday. Let me see. This is really, really cool. I might be able to show you something, guys. So this is an account I've just opened up yesterday, because I don't use Coinbase. So I was showing someone something yesterday, and I actually did something with them as well, which is really cool. So I can actually show you here. Give me a second. Let me just, because I bought some more. Don't say anything. I bought some more. Of course, why not? You know, everyone's gonna buy some shit, right? Let me see if I can log into this, because I did check them out yesterday, and if I can show you something here, that would really, really make sense. How a market maker can work. And normally it's like, you know, when they even say like market maker fee, take a fee, right? A maker fee always pays less fees. Maker is someone who's positive, is always willing to sell at a higher price. A taker is somebody who's willing to just take it now, you know, doesn't care what price it is. He's the guy, he's the stupid investor. A taker is a stupid investor, simple. Anyone who buys on market rates is a thing. But also you can be a taker. So if you bought, say for example, you bought at $10 and you put a price at $8, funnily you're still a taker, but if you know how to do it. So you're going to think, why would somebody sell for less? Trust me, there are ways of making money when you sell for less, right? Now this is not working, so I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I don't use these stupid things. I was going to show you here because there's a really good way of showing it here, but let's just talk about it, right? So Make and take are very simple, right? So let's do it on a chart. Let me get a line chart just to kind of explain to you. I think this chart would suffice, not to worry. Actually, yeah, this is fine. So let's just do it on this chart, right? So you are somebody who decided to invest into a coin, right? You decided to invest into a coin and you bought your coin here. So you are an investor who literally just bought a coin at this particular level here. Let's do this. Let's do this. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. So let's do this. So you bought your coin here. That was your entry. Tamil, definitely worth it. I'm buying some, so of course it's worth it. Okay, so this is your entry. This is when you entered. You bought some coin around here, basically, and you've bought the pump and it's pumping a little bit more, but you are like myself, the way I just said, like if I go here, I'm going to take it out. So you say, okay, I've entered here, I need to make enough money, 20, 30, 40%. If I can make more, even better. So here we can see 100%. So just for the sake of it, we say this guy didn't aim for 100%. He aimed for this price here, the 38%, right? So 38%. He said, okay, if I can make 40%, I'm happy. So he targeted this to be his sell price for his batch. Right, so he's made 40%. He's taken his initial out. Now, all he does is around this level, he takes enough out, but leaves some. And I'll explain how this works, right? Right. So, I've put 100. I've put. Let me draw this. This is going to be really nice for you to see. 100. I've put $100, and I made 40%, for example. So plus 40, that gave me 40 more. So I've got $140 now. Now I can take $40 off my initial and leave my 100 there. So I might do that, or I might take 50% off, right? That would be 70. So I take 70 off, which is 50% off my total. So now, originally my risk was $100. Now my risk is, right? So remember, I've just gone up to here. I've taken 70 off the table. My risk is how many? My risk is now 30. Right, because I've minus 70 using all my profit and everything. So my risk is now only $30, right? So I'm sitting with $70 here. Remember, it's $70 because that's the profit and initial together, $70. I sit here, I've climbed it up to here. And by the way, it's actually worth a lot more. So I'm doing 70 up to here. So up to here, it becomes even more, right? It becomes even more. It's worth a lot more. Anyways, so actually, let's do this. Why don't I just do this? So that would be really insane for you to understand how this all works. So we talk about risk. How much am I risking? I think this will really, really make sense to you. Right. So if I sold here, I would have got myself 140. Fine. But after that, if I decided to carry on with my $70 and play the peak, that's another 50%. So my 70 now is worth 105. All right, so my 70 is now worth 105, right? But I'm not risking anything. I'm only risking 70 out of this. So that's what I've done. Now the market, I'm thinking, okay, market doesn't look good. It looks like it's going to short, but I don't know where it's going to short. I don't know what price is going to short. Remember, I bought it here. So I say, do you know what? If this market collapses, I want to short the market below where I bought it. So I want to short it around here somewhere, So I say, okay, I'm going to short the market from here. So I entered as a spot trader. I made all this money as a spot trader. Now I'm in a gambling mood. So I say I want to gamble, and I say I'm going to short the market. If we break below this line, I'm going to short the market. So exactly here, I open my position, right? Now remember, my position from here, I made 105. My 105 is now melted down by another 40%. So I've probably only got $60 remaining in there because the balance is going to show $60. But I decide to open a trade, and my trade is just say, for example, 5x the amount. So just say 5x. I'm just going to say 5x, which is worth 60 times 5 is 30, so $300. Right, so it's worth $300. I open a position for $300, and now I say take me as low as you can, and my stop loss is above and everything else is down. Now the market goes down, and I want to see how many percent I've made. So market tanks, goes down to this bottom floor here, 70%. So I've made 70%. Right, this is just going to be a basic. I'm just going to give to you 70%. So I've gone down 70%. What the hell? Yeah, 70. Let's just do this. 70. So I've done 70% basically on a 300 70% on 300. So what's 70% of 300? Let's just say $150. Just for the sake of it. I know it's not, it's 50%, right? Just say $170, like 170%. Just say $170. So what's happened now is I've got my initial, that's become $170. So I've walked away. My $100 made me XYZ amount of money. On the way down, of course, I'm down. I've lost money. But because the market's going down and I could identify the trend, I've made another $170. So my total investment from 100 in this whole cycle, $100 equaled to, right, $240. $240. Right? Does that make sense to you? $240. So my profit was $140, which is 140%, even though this entire market, I'll check, hold on, let me just show you this. So I made 140% on a market that went up from here. Remember, I bought it here, right? Just say for here, went up 100% and came down from here to here 40%. So a market that went up 100%, went down 40%, I've made 140% up and down. Who's the boss? That's what I'm going to say, right? Listen, I don't want to teach you how to do this kind of stuff. It's absolute control. This is what takes your bloody, you end up losing your hair when you do this kind of, and it's very risky as well, guys, very risky. So I hope you watch that. So let's see who else is saying what. Okay, Tamil got his answer. That's good. Django says, yes, I know, but I looked onto the launch button. They all go 100x in the beginning. Is it an ICO? I don't know, bro. Probably is an ICO, whatever. But the point is, Django, you got to understand one thing, brother. During the pump cycles, right, whenever something launches, you got to be in it before. Like, for example, there's a token I've been talking about quite a lot here recently, and I've been telling people, and you know what? I know a lot of you guys are going to come back to me at some stage and ask me, how's this coin? Or can you analyze this coin? And I've been talking about it for a very long time. Let me try and bring it here. Give me a second. Where did I put it? Right. A lot of people are going to come back to me, and I can assure you they're going to come back to me in a few weeks, few months time and go, oh, can you analyze this? And when they ask me to analyze this, we're going to be doing this from here, and we're going to be sitting here, and they're going to ask me, can you analyze this? And I'm going to say, what? Analyze what? Because this is an opportunity you've got before this thing is pumping. I told people before this even launched on Coinbase, right? So we've been telling people all this time, guys, get ready. Okay, there's another coin that I've been observing, right, which has a potential to pump, and it is pumping even today, 2% up, right? This particular one here. I said it's got a potential to pump because it's so close to its previous all-time high. And we analyzed this and we said, look, if you look at the previous history of this particular coin, everything is indicating that this is so close. It's formed a cup and handle. So it's a cup and a handle. It's about to do a cup and handle breakout. We can do a 3x from here. So currently sitting at what, $10? When we bought it at $10, currently I think it's moved up $11. But it's going to pump over to 33. That's 3 times your money. It's not a bad deal. You don't really have to put a big investment. Quick flip. That's what it is, right? I even mentioned it on the Discord. It's a quick flip. So we're going to do some quick flip here. Here's a coin. I've been telling everyone we were getting it for free. Everybody got, I think, $1,700-$1,800 worth for free, right? And actually this chart has died, so I don't know why this chart has died. It's been stuck on that level for some time. So let's do this. This token here, right? This token here, we were telling people when it was around $1.50, right? And just look at it. Just look at what it's been doing. So it's been going there, finding this level here, and I don't know why TradingView is not showing it. I think basically, oh, it's there, but it's not showing properly. So guys, I wouldn't trust this one because this one I've noticed is stuck, right? But just look at this. This is what this, and we've been telling people, and I'm telling you, this was for free. I told everyone, go and participate in the BitDAO event. Just deposit your money and take some free coins. And that's what people have been doing, making free money. And this has a potential to go to $10. I mean, are you going to say no to this pumping to $10 when you got it for free? and it has the potential to even go to maybe $50 or $100, would you say no? And you got that for free. So what you're going to do is come back to me 6 months down the line when this is sitting at $50 and say, guys, can you do me an analysis on this one? We already did it. We've been telling everyone, get it for free. Get it for free, guys. So, but yeah, thank you, Tamil, for bringing this into my attention. This looks very good. I don't care if it's a fork. I don't give a damn how many scammers there are. It looks like a scam, obviously. Who cares? I don't really care. But if they're forking Solana, which has been suggested to me as well, because I am thinking about building my own blockchain, and someone said to me, why don't you just fork Solana? I was like, well, okay, maybe. But someone's doing it, that's fine. It's the same. Look, remember, Ethereum has been forked God knows how many times. Bitcoin's been forked more than 30,000 times. Who gives a damn? It doesn't matter. If they can provide something better or an alternative to a problem, it's all good by me. Let everybody make money. Happy days, right? So good potential, but I wouldn't put too much. I put a couple $100 and that's it. I'll just sit on it with a couple $100, you know, as an early investor, leave it there and forget about it, you know, maybe look at the balance again in 10 years time and see if they survive. So, but as I said, my quick flip's going to be there to take my initial investment out ASAP. The rules are very simple. It's my rules. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. You guys could go and make billions of dollars by all means. You know, I'm not going to stop you or tell you what to do on that. That's your money. You do your thing. But cryptocurrency is a very serious game. And if you're not aware of what's happening or how the market changes, right, you know, then you got a problem, and you need to always be prepared to take your initial investment out. That's what I say. I take my initial investment out as soon as possible. I don't give a damn if this goes to $1 million. When it goes from here to here, I'm taking my initial out, and I've already doubled my money. Simple as that. I did this whole maths. Go and watch it again. I did this whole maths for you just so you can understand. Forget the part about this, but just by looking at this level here, this first stage here, where I've taken $100 and it's pumped up to $140, and if I take $70 out, which is 50% of my money, then it's not really $100 anymore. My investment is only $30, so my risk is even lower. That's how you minimize your risk sometimes, and I hope this kind of helps other people as well. And you can use this same method. It doesn't matter where it is, on business, life, not life, but say, you know, real world business, stock trading, forex, anywhere. It doesn't matter. If you play this level, this is one of the safest way to do it, because that way your initial investment is the highest risk, but as soon as you take some of the money off your initial out, your risk is now minimized. So hope this kind of makes sense. Other than that, listen, I'm not going to make this any longer. I believe this has been one of our very long ones for some time now, because I haven't done a long one for a very long time. But I hope this was all helpful. Thank you to everybody for coming to the show. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do hit that subscribe. It does help the channel. That's all I'm asking for. Smash that like button, share with your friends and family, and yeah, I mean, let's hope lives change, and more importantly, as I said, let's hope all of you guys understand that, you know, the market moves very fast. And I mean, Django is new here, but Django, just an advice to you, brother, there's so many coins out there. They do 100x, 1000x, and this and that, but remember, you got to be in it early enough. You got to find that coin. If you think that coin is going to pump 100x, go and find it on Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, whatever. Go and buy the damn thing and just sit on it. When they do the pump, do it. Because remember, every one of these tokens always have a pre-sale somewhere, right? So just pick it up, make your thing, you know, but get the hell out as soon as you can. Don't wait for this to go to the moon, because that's how people get wrecked. I've seen too many bag orders in my life. People still holding bags for shit coins that they bought at a very high price, because a lot of people have a bad habit of buying stuff high and selling for low, right? You don't want to be that guy. You want to buy low and you want to sell high. You want to get your initial out, and then you don't give a damn about what happens to the market. That's the attitude you should be with. You know, don't FOMO. That's the thing, you know. And I have a rule here. I say to people, I say, never ever sell your coins for less than what you bought it for, right? Because you have gone into the market to make money. You make that money, or you come out, or you take that money to your grave, full stop, right? That money will either bury you or make you a millionaire, whatever, but you do not sell for a loss, right? So you're always in it for the money. Make as much as you can, 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%. Make as much as you can. Churn that money, roll that money. Don't invest more money. Try and use the same money over and over again. Recycle that money, you know, because you don't need much. People say, how much money do you need? You don't need more than $1,000 to play this game and have 100 different coins. You don't need more than $1,000 to have like 1 million different coins. Trust me, you can recycle that money. Of course, there are investments that are bad investments, good investment. But if you know how to recycle your money, that one portfolio can grow into hundreds of coins, you know, thousands of coins if you want. And we are going to do 1,000 cryptocurrency project very soon. Actually, someone's decided to copy me. I've seen someone else who's kind of copied me. So I'm going to change my strategy too. I'm going to maybe do something else. Let me see. Anyway, we'll talk about it. I'm still working on it. It's not this cycle anyway. I'm going to do it on the bear market. So we're going to buy 1,000 cryptocurrency. We're going to flip them, and we're going to make them 10x to 100x, some of them even more. You watch how we recycle the funds and how we stay in the game without actually losing any money. That's going to be really, really insane for everybody to see. Other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for everyone to come here, making this channel awesome and hitting all those thumbs up and everything. Really, really awesome to see. Thank you very much. I hope all the explanations were great, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Adios, my amigos.